Hi everybody, so I am back to do a tutorial. I know that it actually hasn't been super long since I've done a tutorial, but I wanted to do a tutorial today just because I got in the mood to wear bright colors. I was looking at videos on YouTube of people that I'm personally subscribed to, and I just saw a lot of bright, fun colors, and I actually was looking through some of the suggestions in the sides of the videos, and one of the looks was a bright kind of tropical look, and it kind of got me really inspired. I wanted to do a tropical look of my own, so this is what I came up with. I can zoom in if you guys would like to see. Hold on. There we go. So that's the look. It's pretty simple. It's just kind of purples and kind of sunset colors. Really pretty. I like the placement of it just because the kind of placement of the orange and yellow eyeshadow follows onto the lower lash line. So I really enjoyed it. It gets me kind of in a summery kind of mood. I really loved creating this, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. Don't forget to tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I think I mentioned this at the end of the video, but anyway, I would love to hear what you guys think about it since it is a little bit different than what I normally do, since it is more kind of tropical colors instead of bright kind of neon colors, which I normally like. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you want to see how to get this look, just keep on watching. Okay, so to start off this look, I primed my eye with my Urban Decay Primer Potion, then I went into my NYX Concealer in a Jar in green, and I applied that onto my lid. Now the reason I did that was because I originally wanted to use greens in this look, but it kind of altered and changed into something that looks like this. Now, since I already used that on this eye, I wanted to keep it the same and use the same on this eye, but you can go in and use a white creamy base just to allow your eyeshadows to stick. So what I'm doing next is I'm going into my 88 Cool Matte palette, so this is what it looks like. And then the colors that I'm going to be taking are actually kind of the colors mainly just in the bottom left corner. So I'm going to be taking this yellow right here. Then I'm going into this kind of orangey color. I'm going to be using this purple up here, a little bit of the purple on top of it, and then also this purple down here. So those are all the colors that I'm going to be using, and I'm just going to be referring to them throughout this video so I don't have to keep picking up this palette. So the first thing that I did was I went into a Low Cornell Maxine's Mop 3/8 of an inch brush. Now what I did, if you want to see, it looks like this. I went in first to that kind of yellow color and I picked that up onto my brush. So I'm just going to take some of that color, tap off the extra because you don't want too much of this product, and I'm going to apply this into two different areas. I'm going to apply this here along the center of my lid. You can also use this brush to apply it to your bottom lid, and then I'm also going to apply it here along the inner corner. So that's what I'm going to do now. So just pat that color there. Bring it onto your inner corner. And also just kind of slightly here in the center. You can just pick up a little bit more product if you feel you need to. And don't worry about being too neat because you can always touch this up later. So just apply this there. Then once you have that, we're going to go into the orange color. So what I'm doing is I'm picking that up onto the other side of my Low Cornell brush. So I just flip the brush over. And I'm going to apply it here to the center, or sorry, the first inner third and also the outer third of my lid. And then again, also do that here along the lower lash line. Okay, so once you're done applying your colors here on your lid, if you want a quick tip to blend the colors together, just kind of flip the brush back and forth between the two colors just so that they kind of create a gradient instead of a harsh line. You don't have to get that perfect right now. You can always fix that up later. The next step is to take a color that's really similar to your natural skin tone, and the color I'm using is Beige by Sally's Beauty Supply, and I'm picking that color up onto a kind of fluffy brush. This one is by Sonia Kashuk, and it's just a kind of dome crease brush. So I'm going to pick that color up, tap off the extra, and then apply this here to my crease to blend out those colors and along my brow as well, just to give a more powdery base to our brow bone, just because we're going to be blending some colors there and we want them to look more smoky. And since we have the cream base there, it might stick and grab onto one area, so applying this color here will just help them blend. So once you have that, I'm going to go into a smaller brush, and this one's by Posh. It's just a small duo. I'm just going to wipe it off quickly because I used it for my other eye. Now what I'm doing is I'm first picking up that more medium tone purple. Now if you don't know what that is, let me just show you because I know I didn't really explain this in the beginning, but that's this color right here. And then again, I'm taking this color and then this color down here as well. So the first one I'm going to pick up is that more medium tone purple. Pick up quite a bit of product, tap off the extra, and then what we're going to do is apply this here in our crease and bring it here along our lash line, just in a more rounded shape. Then you want to bring it up slightly. You don't want to bring it up too much, and also just leave this inner third kind of open. You want to keep your eyes more open instead of closing them off. Once you're done with that, you can go into that fluffy brush that you use for your highlight and just kind of blend this color out. Okay, so the next step that I did was I'm taking this kind of more darker purple onto the tip of my brush, and I'm applying this just in my crease. You don't want to bring this up. You don't want to blend it out too much just yet. So just apply this into your crease, about the outer half of your crease. And then what we're going to do is go back into that Sonia Kashuk brush that we've been using and just slightly blend this into that purple and just blend it and smoke it out. Okay, so right after you're done kind of blending that darker purple into your crease, I picked up onto that Sonia Kashuk brush, after I wiped it off, I picked up a little bit of that really light purple, and I'm just going to blend this around the edges, just very slightly. And once you're done with that, you want to go into the palette. Now in the bottom right corner of the palette, there is a matte black eyeshadow. Pick up just a little bit of that eyeshadow, tap off the extra. You can tap onto the back of your hand if you want, which is what I'm doing right now. And then what you're going to do is just kind of create more of a cut crease. So I'm just going to create this line right here. You don't want to apply too much black just because when you blend it out, it might end up blending out too far. So as you can see here, it's just a hint of black in my crease. It's nothing too noticeable. So I'm going to go into my Sonia Kashuk brush again and just blend this out very slightly. Now if you feel like once you started to blend it out that you lost a lot of that dark purple color, what you can do is just go back into that dark purple with this brush and just blend over that black. Okay, so now you're pretty much done with the eyeshadow. All I'm going to do is apply black liner onto my upper lash line and then line my waterline and tight line also with black liner. I'm going to fill in my brows, apply my concealer. I'll come back and show you what I did on the rest of my face. Okay, so now that I'm done with my eyes, I'm just going to move on to my cheeks and my lips. Now my lips I already applied, so I'm just going to show you the lip color that I used. Now the lip color that I used is from my Sephora Color Play palette, if I can get it open. And it's a limited edition palette, but just substitute these lip colors for whatever you have in your collection. The lip colors that I used were this dark kind of berry color right here. And then this kind of light shimmery pink, which I applied just onto the center of my lips, just to kind of highlight my lips and just give them more of a full look. Then the next step is to go in and apply your cheek products. Now I already did this side. Hopefully you can kind of see. Now the bronzer that I'm going to use, since I'm going to show you on this side, is the Hard Candy Tropics bronzer, and it looks like this. So here is the name, and then here's the product. And as you can see, it is a shimmery bronzer, which most people wouldn't like to use as a contour, but I feel like it just gives me more of a warm look, and it just bronzes up my skin really nicely and just gives me a nice glow. So I actually do apply this where I would normally apply a contour. If you want and you don't want to use this kind of like shimmery bronzer, you can use one that you have that's more matte. So I recommend this one just because I like the warmth that it gives, because it does have gold shimmer in it. But if you don't like that, you can use whatever matte bronzer that you personally like. Now what I'm going to do is take that onto an e.l.f. flat top powder brush. I use this brush for all of my cheeks just to be a little bit easier and faster. So what I'm doing is just picking that product up onto the corner of my brush, as you can see. Now I didn't pick up too much just because I don't want to add too much of a contour or too much of a bronzed look. But what I'm going to do if I can move my hair out of the way, sorry, is go from the top of my ear down to the corner of my mouth. So just in this kind of area. If you want, you can use the brush to guide you. You can suck in your cheeks. You can do anything that personally helps you find your cheekbones, but pretty much just right underneath your cheekbones where it kind of dips in, or like kind of sucks in right here and it has a hollow, is where you're going to apply this bronzer. So I'll go more in depth in a separate updated contouring, highlighting, and blush video, but this is just kind of my simple explanation, that I have for this video. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right up here, and I'm going to just kind of bring this color right here just along my cheekbones. Just like this. Now once you have that and it's pretty much blended in, since this brush really does blend it in pretty well, just make sure it's even. If it's not, you can add more. I feel like it's pretty even for now. Now what I'm going to do is go into my blush, which is also from the Sephora Color Play palette, and I'm using this kind of I guess Barbie doll pink color, which is right here. You can use any color that you want, but I'm just using this color. Now this color is pretty pigmented, but it doesn't show up too great on my skin, so it just gives me a light kind of glow. So I'm picking that product up onto my brush. Now I'm not really gonna smile, because when you smile, as you can see, your apples are up here, but when you kind of relax your face, they're kind of more down here. So you want to just keep your face at more of a rest kind of position so that you know where you want to apply your blush. So what I'm going to do is start at the backs of my cheekbones and work towards the center of my face just to apply this. Now I will again go more in depth on different ways to apply contours and blushes and all that kind of stuff in another video, but this is just how I'm applying it for this video. And then another thing I'm going to do is actually apply a highlight to my cheekbone. Now you can use any brush. I think I'm just going to use the same brush, and I'm actually going to use a pretty shimmery highlight. I'm going to use this shimmery white eyeshadow in the same palette. And what I'm going to do actually is just use my finger, since it is a pretty small area. And I'm just going to pick some of that product onto the brush, or onto my finger, sorry. And I'm just going to dab this here, and as you can see, it's pretty harsh, but I'm going to blend it out very slightly with my finger. Just like that. And then I'm just going to do this to the other side, since I didn't do this yet. Okay, so once you're done highlighting your cheekbones, you're pretty much done with the look. If you guys want to know what foundation and concealer I used, I just used a loose powder foundation just because I didn't want a lot of coverage. I wanted something that's very, I guess, medium, light to medium coverage that would just kind of give me a overall, like, I guess, even appearance without being too cakey and too heavy. So I used my Sephora Mineral Loose Powder Foundation. This is discontinued. Use any powder foundation that you want if you're somebody who wants to do this kind of eye makeup with a more natural looking face. Then for concealer, I used the Hard Candy Glamouflage Concealer. It's pretty heavy duty, so I just applied this onto the areas that I needed it most. So that's pretty much it for this look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to comment below, like this video, and if you like any of my videos that you've watched, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed again, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.